It is the 11th question of self-inquiry, a little book, Who Am I? So, 11th question is, what is the means for constantly holding on to the thought, who am I? Shiv Prakasham Pillai asked her, what is the means for constantly holding on to the thoughts, who am I? And now it is the answer of Shri Ramana. He gave very long answer because he was in silence. The answer was given by writing. So he said, when other thoughts arise, one should not pursue them, but should inquire, to whom has this thoughts arisen? The meaning of Maharishi, when you start to do self-inquiry and there are some thoughts, you don't let them come. Don't say that your opinion, your ideas, that I should not think this and that. It is the meaning. Because I am commenting on this. Just what is coming in the mind, let it come. It does not matter. Maharshi said it does not matter how many thoughts arisen. It does not matter there are so many thoughts or little thoughts, you don't bother about that. As each thought arises, one should inquire with diligence. What? To whom has this thought arisen? To whom has this thought arisen? The answer that would emerge would be, to me. Naturally, you will say, to me. Then Maharishi said, thereupon if you inquire, who am I? When you say to me, then naturally the question comes that, who am I? The mind will go back to the source. The source, which is our real nature or cosmic nature, the thought comes from the heart. When you inquire to whom these thoughts arisen, and then you will say to me, then you say who inside, who am I? The thoughts that arose will become quiescent. Then what is happening on the mind? It will become quiescent. Maharishi said with repeated practice in this manner, because Maharishi used to tell what he has done in his life, how he come to the self-realization. With repeated practice in this manner, the mind will develop skill to stay in the source. Mind will be able to stay in the source. When the mind that is subtle goes out through the brain and the sense organs, the gross names and forms appear. When thought comes from in our heart and go outside by our sense, eyes, sense organs, hearing by nose, smell, so it goes outside. And the sense organs, the gross names and forms appear. Then we see that the gross forms, everything, the world, sansar world, will appear. When it stays in the heart, the names and forms disappear. Our saints give the example of deep sleep, that in deep sleep your mind is inward and there is no world also. Like this in meditation, when our thoughts will stay in the source, the named and forms disappear. Now what is the, Maharishi said, what is the definition of antarmukh and baharmukh? Inwardness and go outside. He said not letting the mind go out but retaining in the heart is called the inwardness, antarmukha. We say in Sanskrit antarmukha, to stay inward, not letting the mind go out. Letting the mind go out of the heart is known as externalization, baharmukha. It go outside. It is simple. When our consciousness go outside, our mind go outside, it will take misery. And when we go inside, it will feel the bliss. Letting the mind go out of the heart is known as baharmukha. Thus, when the mind stay in the heart, the I, which is the source of all thoughts, will go and the self which ever exists will shine. Which was the I? It was illusion. Every thought comes from the I. The I we call the ego. So if there is no I, we go inward. And then, which is the source of all thoughts. This I is the source of other all thoughts. This to say this is the mother thought, I or ego. Will go and self which ever exists will shine. Then you feel that there is something new, there is something which we cannot explain in language. Whatever one does, one should do without egoity. If one acts in the way, only we have to do this. We go inward and we not find self or God because it is already there. Our practice is only to still our mind. When mind will be quiescent, that very moment, we go in a new dimension, which is the self or our source. If one acts in that way, Maharaji said, if one acts in that way, all will appear as the nature of Shiva. So everything, it is beauty. These clouds, these crops, these grass, these trees, Because when we see or hear, there are our opinions, our ideas, our mind interfere that time. If there is not interfere of our opinion, our ideas, our knowledge, then we feel that bliss, which is our real nature. The whole sadhana, it may be nam jap, it may be self-inquiry, is only to stay in the source, not mind go outside. So when we do like this, everything will be beauty. These trees, these clouds, these rivers become very, very beautiful. Because everything will be the nature of Shiva. Thank you.